This is why you always go to missing my remarks after you upload stuff before you put anything away on Bricklink, so you can find if you accidentally listed something without adding the remarks of where it is. And I thought I had checked it for the part, but now I'm gonna have to go and search through all of these drawers here to find one drawer that has the pair of legs in it that's missing its remarks. I almost always check before uploading, but I must have missed it this one time, and it's gonna be a pain to find, but I'll check back in once I find it. Finally found them. It took 15 or 20 minutes, but they have finally been found. So now I go here, I scan it into the system and save it. But basically the way to do this is, what I suggest doing is, when you list inventory, you leave it in an area. For me, I put it on this table throughout the day. I've got this drawer here of stuff I was listing as well, and the like. And then at the end of the day, once you're all listed, go to you where it says My Store at the top here. Just hover over My Store, click Inventory. It'll bring you to this page. Then if you scroll down here where it says Missing My Remarks, click that checkbox, and then click Go. And then if anything in your inventory doesn't have remarks on it, it'll tell you right here. And that's how I was able to find these guys. And then I was immediately able to go find where they were, add remarks, so I don't ever have to worry about accidentally selling something and not knowing where it is, because it's always checked daily. And these were part of 3 things that you saw in the previous vlog. And I usually check even when I only add a couple things and put them away, but I must have somehow forgotten to check to confirm I had every item's barcode scanned in. So it slipped by, but then when I was checking for this drawer right here, all of a sudden these popped up, and then that's how I found out about that. So yeah, it's a good practice to do. I do it sometimes once or twice a day usually as I'm listing. So yeah, glad they're finally being found. I sync stores up once per week typically, and how I do it is I go to Bricklink inventory and then go to my stock room. Then anything that I've sold, I think I have auto delete for stock room items with 0 quantity. So it usually deletes throughout the week, so it's not as big of a chore at the end of the week to check mark every one of them as delete. I know I can do it the other way, but I'm always worried that when I select the entire stock room, I'm gonna accidentally select the inventory listed and then accidentally delete my entire inventory. So I'd like to do it this way. But then I mark all of them as deleted. I have to do it manually for every single one. And then I click submit changes, delete those. Then I go to my Brickowl inventory. I select the quantity of items that have 0, select them all. And I can confirm it's the right one because it has 0 value, it says. Then I go to delete and then let that go through. Then I go validate and then update, and then it'll delete all of those guys. Then I can exit that, and then I sign into my brick packer. I sign into that, let it load, and then I click retrieve store inventory, and this sometimes takes a while, so I'll check back in once it loads up. Alrighty, so it's loaded up now. So then what I do after that is I click upload some of these items to Brickowl. I let it load, then I just scroll down, there's some new ones, but then for the used ones, I click set condition to used, good. I just do that generically across the board. And then I click upload selected items to Brickowl, and this takes a little bit, so I'll check back in again once that's all done. And now that that's done, I just go back to the home page. And then after that's done, I then will have a few that did not get uploaded because they're identification numbers internally weren't connected properly, so I just click ignore items, and this usually loads pretty fast. And then I just select them and add them to the ignore list, and then I go back to the home page. And once that's done, I then just scroll down and click update Brickowl inventory to match Bricklink, and then let that load. Usually I think that one's pretty fast. If it isn't, I'll cut this weight here. And oh, it's updated. I don't know if I missed that for a few seconds. But then I just click update Brickowl so that Brickowl matches my Bricklink, because I always upload on Bricklink and not Brickowl. So I'll check back once that's done. And once that's done, I just confirm that everything is good by going back to the home page. And on the home page, I just confirm that there is nothing left. It says no differences in inventory, and then that just means I'm done. And now look, I'm uploading the vlog, that the one that was previous to this while you're watching this one. And once that's done, once a week, I just go to notify lots listed and notify members of item availability, and then I always just click it up once again, or something up once again, just so that it clears it, so that it doesn't show anymore. I do that once per week. I didn't list too much this week because I was mainly focused on eBay and other stuff, but that's all done now. And so now it is done for the week, and I get a day off now, and I'll see you guys on Monday. And now it's snack time. Remember how just a couple months or so ago this minifigure was worth about 10 or 15 bucks? Now I just sold it. I gotta make sure I don't show the username. At full asking price of $44.99 plus shipping. It's going to the States, and so they paid shipping and tax on top of that. But yeah, just a while ago, this minifigure wasn't worth too much, and on Bricklink, you can get it for as low as 15 bucks in Canada, and in the States as low as 19 bucks, but they wanted it from me for 44 bucks, apparently. I guess eBay is definitely the place to sell minifigures at. I just finished paying my quarterly tax installment payment, so I can finally get back to work now. I am going to be finishing these, which I wasn't able to finish the other day, and also get a couple of the smaller containers of plate modified parts done. Some of these containers, there's a couple that might have been missorted. I can't remember if this was supposed to be in the slopes container or not, but I'll just list these ones on their own, even if they are missorted, because I'm not completely sure. And once this is done, then I'll have to just get more and just list more from the table. Every now, I just can't find a part for some reason, like I'm not using the right keyword or whatnot. So when that happens, I often just use my Instabrick unit. I have this Instabrick here. It's an expensive camera system that basically it'll scan bricks, and then it'll check its database for them. And so then I basically put it in the computer, and then I just click scan at the top here, and then if it's able to find it, it'll pop it up here. So now I was able to find this, and I can just open up Bricklink, and now I have the page open, because this part here, it did not have the part number on the bottom, and there's only the mold numbers on the inside, so I was unable to find it. And I was looking up tail or fin and stuff like that, and I just was not able to find it. That is a very confusing name. I guess boat mast, that probably would have been a good thing to search, but it does help for the ones that you can't find. So if you have the ability to get one of these, it can definitely be very useful for those parts that you can't find. Sometimes Google Lenses does just as good, but I personally like using the Instabrick unit. Just found these 3 octagonal plate modified parts, and they go for a pretty penny. And yeah, I got 3 of them, so I'll have to see exactly how much I list them for. But yeah, that was a nice find. Let's see what set they're from real quick. Sets, dark bluish gray. So yeah, it's a couple of Star Wars and Exoforce and Indiana Jones sets, but not too much. But I guess it's just older, desirable sets. And yeah, hold its value. So that's a nice find. Generally, when I list parts, as I'm listing them, if I have a part for sale already in my store, whenever I just add a quantity to it, I just grab the tab, pull it down like this, and then once it's in a new page, I just subtract it and save it for later. And then at the end, once I'm either done listing for the day or I need room on the table, I then just line up the parts here as I get them, and I put the new drawers here, and then I simply just go and click open the next tab here, and then it tells me exactly where it is. This one is drawer 474, and that one's too much to pick up with one hand, so I'll grab the other one real quick. And so then this one here goes to drawer 1048, so I just grab these 4 here, and then I go to drawer 1048, which is right here. Then I just put them in the drawer. I make sure that it can close. Then I just go back, and then I exit the tab. And then after I'm done putting the parts away, I open it a new tab, just go to inventory, just check if there's anything missing my remarks here, and then I just click go, and nothing's missing my remarks. So then I can just put these drawers away as soon as I'm finished putting those parts away. Generally, when I pull orders, I typically start with eBay. So how I do my eBay orders, I got to keep the camera up here so I don't show any personal information of the orders, is I have these boxes over here. I always just leave the one waiting for parts at the top, so I'll quickly set that aside. It's over here. But then I've got these 3 boxes right here. So I just grab these 3 boxes, bring them over a bit closer, and then I have them right here. So then I just quickly go through the list, and I know what one of them is. So Indiana Jones, he is right here somewhere. Let me see. Yep, right here. So I have it sorted by theme, so it's generally pretty easy to find. I have Star Wars on either end because I, for some reason, thought one row would be enough, and then I had to add another row. And then I have 2 superhero rows, and 1 for more themed type stuff. Indiana Jones, Lord of the Rings, Pirates of the Caribbean, that general type stuff. And then underneath it, I have another box. One has Ninjago, one's for Chima and Nexo Knights, Lego Movie series minifigures, for example, like CMFs of the original series, and then DC ones and the like. And then I have an others category, which is for basically things that are just random, sort of. I got some Pharaoh's Quest, some Toy Story, and the like. And then in the bottom row, I have a row for space minifigures. Oh, I sold this one as well, so I might as well take them out now. This one's, usually these things are all over the place for some reason. Then I have a row for Harry Potter. This didn't have its own row initially, but then I started listing a whole bunch of it, so now it's got its own row. Then I've got for Castle and Pirates. This is just, as it says, Castle and Pirates. Then I have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Monster Hunters, Jurassic Park, and Jurassic World, and Agents minifigures, so that's just all that stuff. And then I have Minecraft and Scooby-Doo in the end. I do not know why I combined these 2 into one row. There's nothing really similar about them, but I did. So I'll check back in once I've pulled everything. And I do actually sell parts on eBay as well. I have currently only 1 drawer unit for eBay parts, but I do put parts in drawers and I sell them. So right here, I just sold this part here, and I sold this part here to the same guy. And he bought some other parts as well, but then it's on eBay, I have the SKU and I have what drawer number the parts are in. And then I just can quickly go to the drawer, grab the parts, and then just set them on the side. And then I can get everything the guy ordered and get that shipped out. Just finished pulling the eBay orders, and for anyone curious, this was $362 of Lego that you see on the table here. There's nothing too rare. There's a Sonic the Hedgehog and a Mary Jane, which were super expensive. Then you had Spires, which is about 20 bucks almost, and Indiana Jones, which is about 17 bucks almost, and then a couple parts and pieces, but it adds up quite fast once you sell a decent amount. People often ask, do instruction manuals actually sell? And they do sell. They don't sell the fastest of anything, but I did just sell the instruction manual for the Coliseum. There's 4 instruction books, and I just sold them. Let me just try and cover up the person's private information. They just paid $25 for the instruction books plus shipping. I am going to be taking a little bit of a hit on shipping, so it's not like it's $25 of profit, but I should be able to get a decent amount for me. It was sold as with wear stuff on it, so it sold, and I'm probably going to be taking like a $10 hit on shipping on it, so it'll be about let me do some math, about $15, that took way too long to do, of profit excluding fees that I should be making on these guys, and they are now sold and gone. So for the instruction manual, I used 3 poly bags around it and to protect it the most during shipping, so that there's no water damage or anything like that. And also just to keep them all together. And because of the weight, I used 3 instead of just 1 or 2, because it could easily pierce through one of the corners, and that could cause problems. So 3 poly bags, I feel like that's good, and it should arrive well. I have so many of these poly bags, so I ordered like 1,000 or so of them in different sizes a while ago. I basically never use them, so whenever an opportunity comes up that I need them, I am happy to use multiple of them. And so this is now packed up. It'll probably go in an envelope if I have a large enough one. And otherwise, I'll use a small box and cut it down to size, because it's not something that can really get damaged. As long as the corners are strong on the box or envelope, it's going to be fine pretty much. I'll use a level of bubble wrap around it if it goes in a box. But if it goes in the envelope, it's already got bubble wrap around it. So then I'll leave it. And I'll check back tomorrow when I pack this up and see how I end up packing it up. I just finished pulling the Bricklink and Brickowl orders. There weren't too many, but they're all pulled now. And then I was pulling this Brickowl order, and I noticed the image looks slightly different. There's two versions of this part, and they're just slightly inverted in their pattern. And I double checked, and I did list it correctly on Bricklink, but my syncing program put it as the other variant, so I'm gonna have to message the buyer about it and refund them, and then make sure that when I relist this part, I put it on the do not sync list so that it does not get added to my Brickowl inventory, so I don't have any problems in the future. Here's a better visual of how they're different. See, they're inverted kind of on the thing. It's not the same one. It looks similar, and I did confirm that I listed the right one, but I guess my syncing program somehow messed up, or the IDs are different, or maybe they're the same and it didn't do it correctly. Here's another nice find. It's a 2x2 light bluish gray turntable. I got some light gray ones on the side, and that's its average sales price, $19.71. It's pretty good. I'll have to see what I'm gonna list mine for. And yeah, that'll be a nice sale once it sells. Mine's a bit damaged, so won't be able to get a premium for it, but I should still be able to get a good price. I got some mail today. Wasn't too much, but I ordered a couple of these torsos from, let me focus it. It's from one of the newer Ninjago sets, and so I mean, they had a couple of them in stock, so I got them. Although one of them, I reached into the bag and grabbed a random one, and it almost looked like it had a whole bunch of earwax on the top. It was really disgusting. And if you, one second, I don't want to show any personal information. And they were all bought as brand new. So it's just really weird how some of that happens sometimes. But I got that. Then this bag here, this is one of the most destroyed bags that is still somehow sealed that I've ever seen in my life. And so that is just weird, but all the parts are still in great condition on the inside. This is the torso from the Captain Redbeard. One second, let me just try and get better focus on this. This is the torso from Captain Redbeard from the Pirates of Barracuda Bay. And I got 50 of those torsos, and then I got some more Indiana Jones legs and Spyrus legs. Just a couple more, not too many. Oh, wait. Okay, then I guess I'm only getting one leg on that one. But yeah, that's what I got in the mail today. Not too much, but I got something in the mail at least. The Spyrus legs, I'll put into my Spyrus drawer. I don't know why I bought so many Spyrus parts. I mean, I sell his minifigure decently often on eBay, so I just stocked up on a few of his parts. I just found the other Indiana Jones leg, finally. Then I'll put my Indiana Jones legs into my Indiana Jones legs container. More bags. Oh, a few fell out again. And then that can go back into my Indiana Jones parts container. Sold them again, so I'll have to relist them later today. So I just finished double counting these guys, and I might have counted wrong, but I think they shorted me one. And I found another one that has some of that weird gunk on it. So the two that have weird gunk on it, I cleaned them and put them in my used Ninjago drawer, and I'll list them as used at a later date. But I have the rest of them bagged up now. I added the store to my least favorite list. I don't want to order from them again, considering the quality of what can be on some of the stuff. But the rest of it seems to be mostly good, and I have now listed it, and it's going in a box now in a much better bag than what it arrived in. So I did manage to get the instruction books inside of an envelope. It is a perfect fit. The envelope, it was a little bit tight at the end, but it's all good now. I'll be able to seal it up and ship it nicely in an envelope. just got a haircut, rebuilt a few eBay minifigures, heating up my hands with a hand warmer, having some fun arguing in the Bricklink forums, and playing some Xbox. And I think I'm about to call it a day for today. I'll see what I get done tomorrow. Just had a nice order come in, sold an instruction manual for 50 bucks. It was only worth about 38 or so, a little bit less. But 1 second, let me get it off screen so I don't show any details. But I listed it as has no punch holes in overall decent condition with minor medium wear, and it sold to the States, so they paid $7.50 on shipping, and so all in $61.50 Canadian for one instruction manual. I got it for free as just a toss in from my contact, and yeah, and I had them sitting in a box for like half a year or more, and I just decided to list them one day. I got a whole bunch of different classic space ones, and this is the first of the space ones to sell. I sold a few other instruction manuals for $5-10 bucks each, but this is the most expensive one so far. Rice. Just making breakfast. Well, I'm stirring it. My mom made it. Rice. Just got approved on Amazon again. I had some really old stock from a while ago. I'm just gonna send some of it and test it out again. It's been quite a while since I've sent stuff into Amazon. Gotta get the hand warmer ready back in the basement, and then see if I can get some shipment off to Amazon today. I use a hand warmer because in the basement it's like, I don't know, it's like 15, maybe 20 degrees down here. And so my hands just get so numb, I can't even pick Lego bricks up. So, I mean, I like the cold, but when it gets, your hands get so cold and numb that you can't even work, then you kind of need a hand warmer to keep the fingertips warm so that you can continue to work. And I was asked in a different video, how did I get to where I am? And basically, a really quick rundown of just the general thing is, I first started collecting beer bottles like somewhere between 5 and 10 years ago. I can't really remember how long. Then I did that first for work. Then after that, I delivered newspapers. Then I got bored of that. Then I started doing scrap metal. Then I got over that. Then I started selling on eBay. Then sales weren't really that slow. And so then I got into Amazon. Sales weren't really that good. And then I decided, you know what, I like Lego, I've got a whole bunch of it, I want to try selling on Bricklink. And so it took like a month or so for me to finally decide to join it, because all the videos I saw looked super complicated. And so I finally joined it, and then I got to selling, and I've been selling ever since. It's been a year-ish, I can't remember how long since I started selling. And it's great fun, and I have no intention of stopping. And so now I'm using my Bricklink store as my Bricklink and my Lego on eBay is my main selling, and then I'm hoping to branch out again to the other places I used to sell, like Amazon, which you just heard that I just got approved of again, and I'm going to be sending a shipment in, and to sell other things on eBay like I used to. But Bricklink and Lego on eBay is going to be my main focus and my main source of selling. Should I play games or work? Play games or work? I think I'm gonna play games first. It's updating, unfortunately. Only 26% of the way done. Yogurt. Just finished editing the vlog. I was going to work on the Amazon stuff, but then it has a 48-hour waiting period after you're approved before you can actually get to listing. It's really confusing. So I won't be able to do that today, but I just finished the vlog and just wanted to say thanks for watching if you got this far, and hopefully my next vlog will be out sometime within the next week. Thanks for watching.